Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Canal Days, what life was like in the industrial Connecticut River Valley. As always, I'm your host Carrie, along with my co-host, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Coleman. Our Canal Days series explores historic sites throughout Massachusetts, with Robert's expertise of the history as our personal guide. Each episode we discover another historic location or landmark, exploring the significance within. Today's episode will be exploring the Sacred Heart Cemetery located in New Bedford, Massachusetts. So, can you reveal the history of the cemetery?
Yes, now remember it's in two parts. There's old cemetery, and then about half a mile away there's the new cemetery, also called Cemetery 1 and Cemetery 2. And so today we'll talk about these wonderful cemeteries and their histories. And, well, this is a French-Canadian ethnic group cemetery. It probably dates from around, I would say, approximately late 1870s to early 1880s. The old cemetery is well laid out. It's more of a square pattern, and it used to have a central point, and we'll talk about that at some point. This happens to be a location where most of my ancestral relatives are located. So my grandparents, my paternal grandparents are located in this cemetery, the old one, and my maternal grandparents are located in the other Sacred Heart Cemetery here too, the newer one. And a lot of my Como family is there. Also, my great-grandparents are there, and so forth and so on up there. I think the great-great-grandparents are also there. So there's quite a bit around here, and so we have a lot to talk about.
And can you describe the properties of the cemetery?
Well, it has, for instance, a mausoleum to it, and the mausoleum is pretty cool, and it has a circular drive, maybe called oval drive, around the entirety of itself. And there's another tiny mausoleum off to the left-hand side. Right now, the drive-through is only one direction, so you come off of Pleasant Street, and you drive in the furthest entrance in, and then out. Okay, so you have to go around this particular way, and so all the cemetery is laid out in a very rectangular or square pattern. So that means it's a lawn-style cemetery. Almost all Catholic cemeteries have that particular style to it. And the newer cemetery also is along that directional axis, lawn-style cemetery. It has more of a slope to it. It's also on Mount Pleasant Street. It has a few more entrances and exits, though. And so, thus, these are two cemeteries. The second one was started because the first one was getting filled up very quickly. So many French Canadians came down from Quebec.
Stay tuned and we will be back after this quick break. Are you fascinated by history and eager to explore the hidden gems of Massachusetts? Or maybe just looking for an enjoyable cultural activity for the family? Look no further than Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, founded by Robert Coleman. With over a decade of experience, Robert offers captivating public tours and presentations of historic sites and landmarks throughout the state. Whether you are interested in canals, cemeteries, or charming old churches, Robert's tours provide a unique and enriching experience for all. And that's not all. You can also book private tours tailored to your interest, ensuring a personalized and unforgettable adventure. Perfect for families or groups of all sizes, and offer fun educational activities that bring history to life. Simply visit holyokecanaltour.org or email bobcat4214 to schedule your private tour today. But wait, there's more. Don't miss out on Robert's podcast and video series, Canal Days, where you can dive even deeper into the rich history of the Connecticut River Valley. Plus, for those who may not be local or would rather enjoy on the go or from the comfort of their home, Canal Days brings the history right to your screen. So why wait? Discover the past with Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke and make memories that will last a lifetime. And remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org. We're back with our Canal Days Sacred Heart Cemetery episode. And can you illustrate for us the mausoleum and the chapel?
Yes, within the old cemetery, there's two mausoleums. One is gigantic. The big one belongs to the Lervassier family. And then there's a smaller one towards the midsection of it. Now, if you go to the newer one as a chapel, it's more towards the back section and somewhat middle left, I would call it. It's behind even the garage, which is strange usually with the garage behind the chapel. But in the very far back, you have that chapel. It's the cemetery, the modern ones, with 7 different avenues going down the midsection of it. And the chapel is between the third one and the central one. Okay, now, the reason why I like to mention that one is because I've been in that chapel since my grandparents are buried here. Both my grandfather and grandmother had services within the chapel. The final prayers were said there. So I was able to go in there twice. Once in 1972 and once in 1998, I believe. So they're nice places.
And a book was written about this cemetery here, and you have a family connection of some sort. Can you clarify on that?
Yes, one of the priests of Roman Catholic Church in New Bedford took upon himself at a young age to grid out the old Sacred Heart Cemetery. And of course, it's already on a nice roads, but he wanted to start with a central location and work around the grids. And so, what did he choose? He chose my great grandfather's and great great grandfather's tombstone. One big obelisk tombstone. It was the biggest gravestone in the cemetery by far. And then from there, by rows and columns, he would map out or grid out this beautiful cemetery with the names, death dates, epitaphs, so on. And the book's still available on the internet and in a physical copy. And he still is alive and adds to his collection now. The problem is that gravestone is gone. So I knew it should be there. And I had read the book ahead of time. And when I went about 10 years ago, about the year 2014, it did not have the gravestone anymore. I called the cemetery office. They didn't know what happened. I think it might have been stolen. It was not only the largest one, it was the nicest one of the gravestones in there. And someone might have stolen it and tried to sell it. So my family's most important gravestone is gone.
Thanks for tuning in to Canal Days and today's episode on the Sacred Heart Cemetery of New Bedford, Massachusetts, and joining us on our journey through the rich history of Connecticut River Valley. We hope you enjoyed uncovering some of the hidden gems and fascinating stories that shape our past and the state of Massachusetts. A special thanks to Robert Camus, founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, for sharing his passion and expertise with us. Remember, you can find more information about Robert's tours, book private tours, and explore Canal Days videos and podcast series at holyokecanaltour.org. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, keep exploring and discovering the history that surrounds us. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to tune in to our next episode of Canal Days. Until next time,